Hello, my friends. Welcome to live chat. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. If you are new here, I am Jen. Welcome to my channel. We do these every Sunday. Usually they are at 10 a.m. Eastern time unless we have an interview. Speaking of that, if you did not check out the interview, the chat we had last week, it wasn't even really an interview because they just took over and it was amazing. I will leave a link after this video is over to the chat from last week. All of the money raised from AdSense from that video is going to charity. So I will leave that down below in case you didn't see it. Hello, how was your week? I hope you had a good week. Today I wanted to do something a little bit more lighthearted and celebratory. And ever since last week's chat, I've been talking a lot to Audra from Audra at Home. We've been chatting a lot back and forth on an app. What's the app called? I can't remember for a second. We've been talking a lot. She got me back on Marco Polo. I hadn't been on Marco Polo in forever, but she got me back on Marco Polo, and we've been talking like every single day. And one phrase she uses a lot is giving flowers. She's like, you got to give the flowers to the people that deserve the flowers. So today we're going to be giving a lot of flowers. These are all channels that I enjoy. I don't know the in-depth history of all of these channels. So if some of them are problematic, or if you don't like them or whatever, or if they've done things that I don't know about, I think that because I love to research, people think that I research everything, but believe it or not, I am not a machine. I am a human being with 2 children and a house and a husband and pets. So I don't in-depth research everything. So I have not in-depth researched these channels to make sure that they are not problematic. So if they are in some way problematic, then I'm apologizing ahead of time. But these are channels that I enjoy watching, that I learn from, and that I find valuable. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and say good morning to the people that are here live in the collective brain of makeup awesomeness. I really like to say good morning because when I invite people into my home, I like to say hello. I can't say hello to everybody, but I'll say hello to the people that were here first. Good morning to Consuelo and my girl Shirley. I hope you're having a good weekend. My girl Teresa M.O. So good to see you. Her coffee is ready. My coffee is ready. Mander Jack is back in the house. I see some people's hearts have upgraded to the second stamp if you belong to the collective brain elite. I see some of you have upgraded. Congratulations on your upgrade. Mander Jack, good morning to you. She says, guess you won't be reviewing the new Holo Taco collection. No, I won't. Damn, excuse me, forgot. Sorry if you had kids listening. I didn't realize that there was a 40-page manual on some stinking nail polishes. I had no idea. If you remember my old house, I just want to get this Holo Taco business out of the way first. If you remember my old house and my channel before, pretty much my entire channel for the 7 years or whatever I've had on this channel, I had a rack of nail polish behind me. I have hundreds of nail polishes. I used to review nail polishes, and I used to do more with nail polish. And then, the views weren't great on things with nail polish, and I don't know, I just got kind of bored with it, and I just stopped reviewing and talking about nail polish so much. So I do have experience with nail polish, but I didn't realize that there was a whole thing to these polishes. So that's my fault. That's my fault. I didn't realize that there was an instruction manual and videos I should have watched and research I should have done on how to use a top coat. I didn't know. So, I apologize if I failed the Holo Taco community. I apologize if I failed you because, I should know how to use a product before I use it. I just didn't realize I needed to research top coats. The reason why just getting this out of the way in the beginning, the reason why I did not, this was from my favorites and fails, if you have no idea what I'm talking about. I put Holo Taco nail polishes by Christine from Simply Nailogical at number 6 on my countdown, which is in the middle, meaning usually they're just okay. They're just okay. They're good, but they're not my favorite thing in the world. And the reason why, okay, so when I test any nail polishes, I try to wear them without anything underneath, even a top coat. And the reason why is because whatever color I put underneath is going to impact the performance of the top coat. So with the blue one, I don't know where they are. I think they're over on the other side of my room. With the blue one, that one I was under the impression was more of an opaque formula. It was just more of an opaque glitter. It wasn't super opaque. Community tells me that it is, one of the least opaque of them. I did not know that. So I put on her base coat, I put that on, and I put on her top coat. And yes, I wrapped the tip. Of course, I wrapped the tip. So meaning I put it over top of the tip of the polish, so the tip of the fingernails to try to stop it from chipping. For the top coat, I just use her base coat and that over top. Because number one, sometimes I just like the way that looks. And number two, if I put another polish under it, if that polish is weak, it's going to be based on that polish, not on the top coat. So that's the way I tested it. And that's why I did it. And if I did it wrong, if I failed the Holo Taco community, I know I sound like I'm being sarcastic, but I apologize. I mean, I had to block people because they were so mean about this nail polish thing. They were so mean. Like the ones that are left, the ones that you can see are the nice ones. I probably blocked 7 or 8 people over stinking nail polish. Like who does that? Who does that? Like, come on, man. So anyway, that's the deal with Holo Taco. And I'm not reviewing Holo Taco anymore. I'm not going to talk about it. If I buy any, I'm buying them privately, and I'm not going to talk about it anymore because apparently I don't know how to use Holo Taco, and I'm not reading a 40-page manual on a stinking nail polish. I'm not doing it. That's a nail polish. So anyway, if you love them, I'm happy for you. I think that's great. I thought they were just okay based on my method of figuring out whether a nail polish is good or not. If my method is not the same as your method, then don't listen to any nail polish reviews that I do. For reals. It was crazy. Like, I appreciate the feedback. I appreciate people telling me about the peely base. I knew that there was a peely base, but I was scared it was going to make it last less, so I didn't buy the peely base. But now I know. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. I appreciate all the tips. Like, it's all good. I appreciate the nice people. I appreciate the constructive feedback. What I don't appreciate, people being nasty. All right, that's enough. I've been talking about that way too stinking long. Okay, so I've been resonating on that for days, so I needed to get it out. All right. Crystal, if you have to watch videos and have lots of instructions for nail polish, sounds too complicated for the everyday person. And, you know, maybe it's just, I don't know. It's my fault, I guess. I should have done more research on the nail polishes. So, all right. So now moving on. Today's topic, now that we're 7 minutes in, is I want to highlight some of my favorite non-beauty channels because we really are in this beauty bubble sometimes. At least I've lived in this beauty bubble for a long time. You probably have other interests and things that you watch other channels, but I've been in this bubble for a while. And every once in a while I like to reach out, but I've been enjoying kind of getting out of our sphere and moving into other spheres. So I wanted to highlight some channels for you. So let's go ahead and get started on that. All right. Okay. So let's start. Where should we start? Let's start with my girl Asia. Now she is a beauty channel technically, but she also does, I'm going to show you a picture. She also does music reviews. So she'll listen to a song and she'll talk about, you know, like the meaning behind it. She'll react to the song and talk about how it makes her feel and all of that. Absolutely love Asia. She's one of my favorite people on this planet. Like, let me just tell you. I met Asia at an Ipsy event. And I was instantly, you know, when you meet those people and you just feel like you already have a bond, like even though you've only known them for 10 minutes, it's like you're like this is somebody that's my people, you know, like this is somebody that I just want to be friends with. And she's just a sweet, just amazing soul. And she's got the best energy and I just love her and I love her channel and I love I don't even watch music reviews, but I love hers because of her, you know? And I think that's the best thing about some YouTube channels is that, you know, when you really love that person for who they are and the content is secondary, you know, when you're just really drawn to that person. So Asia is that for me. I absolutely love her. So the Asia White, I'm going to try to link all their channels down in the video description later. I didn't have time to do it before chat started, but I'm going to try to link everybody. So Asia's the first one I wanted to talk about. Let me see if there's a way for me to like, oh, there we go. Okay. So I can like hide all my, cause I have 20 windows up. Oh, slow chat. Thank you, Jessica. I'm sure everybody is sorry. Thank you, Jessica. I appreciate you. I enable slow chat because it helps for things not to be crazy. All right, hold on a second. Sorry, you guys. I'm doing it right now. Thank you, Jessica. I just happened to look up and see your thing. Josie says, that's my coworker, Jan, within minutes felt a connection. Exactly. Like, I love it when that happens. I love that. Okay, so now let's go ahead and go into the next channel because I have 20 channels to share with you. Let's do another friend of mine. Okay, because I gotta mention people that just amazing people. Vivian Tries. I've talked about Vivian before. Vivian's amazing, okay? Vivian is hilarious, and I got to meet her when I went down to Texas, and she is incredible. She does As Seen on TV and those kinds of product reviews. You can kind of see, like, every once in a while she'll do some beauty stuff. I actually watched her toast video this morning, and you wouldn't think a video about toast would be very good, but man, was it good. I really loved the toast video. I loved it. I love this video, her videos. They're so funny. And the thing is like, even if you don't care about what she's reviewing, it's so entertaining, it doesn't even matter. Like, it doesn't even matter. Like, they're so good. They're so good. And I just love her channel. She's hilarious. She gives everything Vivian heads at the end, like, as a rating system. And she's so funny. And when I met her in Texas, like, again, like, just such an incredible human, just so sweet, instant connection. She actually gave me some advice on how to list things like for sale on Amazon, like merch and stuff. But then I heard horror stories about merch on Amazon, so I never did it. See, Michelle says, like Bunny used to do, sort of, but but her style is different. I think it's funny because Bunny from Graveyard Girl was the first big person to do like As Seen on TV. I know that Vivian gets crap for like copying off of Bunny, but like you think about like if we all got crap for copying off of Michelle Phan and all those people, like we'd be in trouble, right? And Bunny doesn't really upload a whole lot, so I don't know. I'm there for it. She does a fantastic job, and she does it in her own way, so I love it. Mia, these will be in the description box after. I just didn't have time to put them in this morning. I had to get all the images in and everything, so I did that instead. So yes, I will. Yeah, JJ says Vivian's giggle is the best. Oh, 100%. And I have talked about her before, I have, but I wanted to mention her again because it's been a while. It's been a minute. Okay, so where did Vivian go? Okay, let me make Vivian. How did I make that minimized? There it is. Okay, let's go. Okay, here we go. Something totally different. Tristan Paredes. He does not upload nearly enough. Oh my gosh. I love this man. Okay, so he is a vocal coach, and he critiques just different people singing, from celebrities to TikTok singers. And it's something I know absolutely nothing about. I know zero about singing. Zero. Nothing. So I learn things. It's interesting. And he's so smart, and he's funny, and he does these really funny Zooms and things. And he's just very entertaining, and he's very honest. And I love that. I love Tristan. He's got a good energy and a good vibe too. Like, I just really like listening to his channel. And watching, of course. Every time I click back over, there's an echo. I have to get rid of it. So I love Tristan. Okay. Thank you so much to those joining the Collective Brain Elite. I appreciate you. I saw someone earlier. Tina, thank you so much. Let me see if I can scroll up and catch the other one. There was another one. Thank you for joining the Elite. And thank you to Jean. Hi, Jean. Welcome to the Elite, Jean. I appreciate you. People ask me what they get for the Collective Brain Elite. You get a sticker. And every once in a while, I give shout outs to people that are in the Collective Brain Elite. That's it. Doc Vaz says, Jen, please sing a tiny bit. You don't want me to sing. Let me tell you a little singing story real quick, since we're just having a chill, relaxing chat. So when I was in high school, I was in The Sound of Music, and I was just a background person. I did not sing well. So this girl that was in the play, who was an acquaintance of mine, we didn't know each other super well, on St. Patrick's on April Fool's Day, she decided that she was going to play a prank. She was one of the more major characters. She was one of the nuns. She was one of the major nuns. So she decided that there's a line that's in the play that I don't think is in the movie, and it goes, "Crazy planet full of crazy people," and she wasn't in the scene. So what she did was she put a white shirt on backwards like this, and she like put black makeup around her eyes so she would look like creepy, and she ran across the stage. It was like a dress rehearsal. She ran across the stage and she got kicked out of the play. And the director was like, "Who can I trust not to make a fool? Jen, would you like to take her place in the play?" I was like, "But I can't sing." They were like, "Oh, we'll work with you. It'll be okay. You don't have that many lines to sing. You'll be all right." It was sad. It was really sad. I remember I was so nervous. And I heard my voice crack with this microphone. You know, I'm in this nun costume, full on nun costume. One of my lines was, "Oh, we live a wisp. Oh, we live a wisp." I don't remember the rest of it, but that one I definitely remember. So, Angela, welcome to the Collective Brain Elite. I appreciate you so much. Thank you. So yeah, I don't sing. Okay, so Tatty UK75 has one of my next recommendations. We'll bring up Dr. Mike. Where are you, Dr. Mike? Where are you? I have to find Dr. Mike. If you're not watching that's Dr. Cat. We'll get to Dr. Cat in a minute. If you're not watching Dr. Mike, I don't know what's happening. All right, Dr. Mike. I subscribed to Dr. Mike when he had like maybe 30,000 subscribers, something like that. I don't even know how I found him. But it was like right at the beginning of when he was blowing up. And I remember I commented on his video, and it was about like not being a professional like in the field, but still having a lot of knowledge about things, and kind of getting his advice on that. And he was so encouraging and so sweet, really, really kind. And if you are in any way curious about any of these, I definitely recommend watching Dr. Mike, especially keeping up on COVID stuff. He is absolutely fantastic, and hold on, let me flip around. He is just you can just tell that he's got goodness in his soul, you know, and he explains things really well, but he doesn't talk down. And he does things that are really funny, and he does things that are really serious, and he does them both well. And he's very charismatic. Let's just be honest. He's very charismatic. I do really like Dr. Mike. I think he puts out great content. It's funny because somebody mentioned Dr. Mike. Oh my goodness, more members. Yay. Thank you guys. Thank you to Christine, and thank you to Jisoo. I hope all about Jisoo. Hello. Thank you so much for joining. I love all the recommendations that are popping up. I really appreciate it. Chris says, "I can't hold a tune at all. Nobody in my life told me. I found out my senior year of high school when I got kicked out of choir. Oh, I'm so sad. Oh. Mystic, welcome to the Collective Brain Elite. I appreciate you. Okay. Yo, it's Nikki B says, "She means he is very fine. LOL. Well, you know, he's McDreamy-ish." It is what it is. But the thing is like, I don't even notice that anymore, because I really enjoy listening to what he's saying. Like, honestly, like that's like completely irrelevant for me. I mean, it's not bad. It's not a deterrent to watching, but it's not, you know. Say says, "I thought Dr. Mike was overrated, and for like 3 years I didn't want to see him until I finally watched it, and OMG, he's the sweetest." I agree. I totally agree. Hi, Alyssa. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Okay, so if you do not know, I love me some ASMR. If you do not know ASMR, they're really weird. You either really love ASMR or you really hate ASMR. My husband hates it. I love it. I have to wear headphones. It's a thing. But I love my ASMR. Love it. So my favorite ASMR channel, which I have talked about before, is ASMR Jonie. I love her. She does a lot of makeup stuff. So she's like, put your makeup on for you, and she examines your face. She does these wonderful things that are called color analysis, where she takes like a color wheel and like does your like colors for the season, that I love. She does a lot of medical stuff. So the purpose of ASMR is it's supposed to be relaxation. So I really like the ones where they're like messing with your face and they're like all up in your face. And I don't like anything with like chewing sounds. I don't like anything with mouth noises. Anybody's chewing gum, forget it. Like any kind of crunchy, like I don't mind like writing and crackly, but my favorite thing is like the personal attention kinds of like, you know, touching your head and touching your face and all that. If you don't know ASMR, it's really hard to describe until you watch it. Some people are super creeped out by it. I love it. I have to listen to ASMR every single night. I love me some ASMR. So ASMR Jonie is my favorite. Also ASMR favorites. Where's some other ASMR favorites? Gotta mention Gibi. She's like super famous though. Like she's like one of like the big ASMR people. Like if you know ASMR, you probably know Gibi. She's fabulous. She's just very funny. She adds in really good humor, and she's just really good at ASMR. And she does a more variety of things, where Jonie does more roleplay kinds of stuff. Gibi does more of a variety. If you are like geeky stuff, Gibi's very geeky. She does a lot of geeky kinds of topics, anime and things like that. She's super into all that stuff. Okay. And then there's one more I wanted to show you. Okay, and that's Power of Sound. Oh my gosh, I love him. Oh my gosh. So Power of Sound, ASMR Power of Sound, he does a lot of like his massage, like he pretends like he's giving you, I know that sounds weird. I know it sounds weird, but it's not creepy. At least for me, it's not creepy at all. But like, I like his haircut stuff. Like he gives you a haircut. Like, I don't know. It's like, it's just the way that his hand moves toward the camera. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't know why, but and his voice is just so relaxing. Like, it's just like, okay, my day is done. I can move on with my life. Like I can go to bed. I can go to sleep. I can relax. Like I love his content. Okay. So those were the 3 ASMR channels. Let me flip over and see what y'all are talking about. Oh, we have new members. Okay. Make sure I get everybody. Okay. So Movies Mag, thank you so much. And Jen Gents, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Jess says, if you like ASMR, check out Goodnight Moon. Oh, I don't know that one. She's not only well-researched and creative, but she has the best ASMR noises. Nice. Thank you so much. My contact lenses are kind of messing up, so if I'm squinting, that's why. I like Santageous ASMR, play with kinetic sand. That sounds amazing. That's what Karen said. Miranda says, for ASMR, I like gentle whispering. I love gentle whispering. It seems like such a sweetheart. I really like her a lot. But yeah, I just, it's a thing. It's a thing. Yes, Karen says soap cutting is great ASMR. Absolutely. Doc says, I sound like Marge Simpson. Okay. You know what I get a lot is the mom from The Incredibles. I get that a lot. Like, you sound like the mom from The Incredibles. Like, probably a couple times a month at least. It mostly depends on, for some reason, my L'Occitane video, I get that comment so much that I sound like the mom from The Incredibles. And it's funny because I never thought about it until I actually, like, listened to it again after someone said it. And I was like, I do kind of sound like the mom from The Incredibles. Cool. All right. Ellie says, ASMR creeps me out. Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you. I mean, I hear you. I think it creeps a lot of people out. All right. YouTube advice. So let's go into Roberto Blake. Love Roberto Blake. Oh my gosh. He is such a sweetheart. Roberto is one of those people that I can send a Twitter DM to and ask him like a question, and he's like back to me. Like, I don't do it often because I don't like to abuse my connection with him, but he is so incredibly knowledgeable about YouTube and how YouTube works. Like, unbelievable information. So if you have a YouTube channel and you want to learn more about how to grow your YouTube channel, Roberto Blake is incredible. Speaking of Roberto, let's go ahead and show you my other favorite is Derral Eves. Derral Eves is wonderful. The last video I watched of his is how to optimize your videos. And then I watched the one for thumbnails. Those two were the last 2 that I watched. Oh my gosh, so good. And it's funny because some of the videos that I watched, it's showing that I didn't watch them when I actually did, which is weird. Like the YouTube thumbnails, it shows I just watched the beginning of it, but I know I watched that whole thing. I don't know what's going on there, but really, really good information from both of those channels if you have a YouTube channel. Okay. Let's see. Who should we go to next? Okay. Let's do... Okay. So this is kind of this channel is extremely inactive, but she is a gift. So I have to share with you that her last video she uploaded was 4 months ago, and it makes me so sad because she is a gift. Okay, this is Ashley Slim Stevenson. She is a Subway performer, and oh my gosh, like she is amazing. I forget where else I've seen her content because I know I've seen more songs than this. She might have taken some things down, maybe. I don't know. And I don't even know how I found her, but her voice is a gift. She plays this, I guess, is it a 6-string guitar? Like the fancy guitars with extra strings. I think they're 6-string guitars. I don't have knowledge of those things. She plays incredibly, and she's a Subway performer. And I subscribe to her Patreon, and she's amazing. And her voice is just so incredible. So if you want to listen to some good music and you want to have that gift, I definitely recommend you listen to her for very few songs that she has on here. Unfortunately, I swear there was more content on here before, but there's still some good things like Shallow. This song is really, really good. It says I didn't even listen to it, but I know I did. So Ashley's amazing. I think she's my only music one. Okay, we're gonna leave the commentary-ish ones for last because they're the... Oh, I forgot one ASMR channel. How could I forget TingTing? TingTing ASMR. I love her. She has a very thick, I believe she is from China. I believe it is a Chinese accent. Very thick. And her voice is so soothing and just calming and amazing. And I love me some TingTing. She does all kinds of stuff too. She's similar to Gibi in the kind of content she creates, but I love TingTing. Okay, so what we're going to do is I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 left. Oh my gosh, we're 27 minutes in and I have 9 left. Oh my gosh. Okay, so let's do learning things. Well, okay, let's do learning stuff. Okay, so ASAP Science. If you like learning about science stuff, ASAP Science is amazing. They've been around forever and they create these really cool graphics to go with their topics. And pretty much anything you want to learn about, it's on ASAP Science. They've made a video about it. Like, oh my gosh, just incredible content, incredible content. I'm going to try to go a little bit faster because I want to talk about other things too. Okay, this is a new discovery of mine, and you can see my binge watching in action. This is Reading the Past. This is Dr. Kat. I love and obsess with British history from like from the Elizabethan period and from the Tudor period. Like I find that stuff absolutely fascinating. Like it's crazy, like the history and what they know about these people living in the 1500s like is fascinating to me. She did a video on Anne Boleyn and hold on, let me flip back over. She did a video on Anne Boleyn, and it was like things that they have that they either know were hers or things that they think were hers. And so interesting, like these little things. Like she had this little tiny locket it was like a ring, and it had like it opened up and it had these teeny tiny little pictures inside. Like how? Like it was like almost like if Ryan Kelly, the lip artist, if she would like lived in the 1500s and made these teeny tiny little paintings to put in this little teeny tiny ring. And they aren't even 100% sure who the people are that are inside. But they're pretty sure it belonged to Anne Boleyn. So it's like stuff like that. And it's absolutely fascinating. And again, she has such a wonderful voice and she explains things so well. She puts a lot of good images up to go along with the story. You can tell like she just knows what she's talking about. And I love Dr. Kat. Her channel just recently started blowing up. When I subscribed to her, she had like maybe 10,000 subscribers, maybe less than that. And now she has 30. And this was only like a week or two ago. Like she is like exponentially growing and I love her. I love Dr. Kat. And you can just tell how excited and happy she is to have her channel growing. Like, it's just so sweet. I love her. I love Dr. Kat so much. Okay. More learning. Okay, here's another learning one. This is maybe I'll save that one. Okay. This is a new channel. Okay. If you have not subscribed to Josh Gad and you are a child of the 80s or 90s, it's a thing. Okay. Josh Gad was the voice of Olaf in Frozen, but he's doing these things called Reunited Apart. And what he's doing is he's getting together the cast of movies that were filmed a long time ago and having them talk about their experience making the movie. And it's all through Zoom calls. And they're incredible. He did The Goonies, he did Back to the Future, he did Splash, he did Lord of the Rings, and I don't know what he's doing next, but they're so good. I have to admit my favorite ones were Goonies and Back to the Future because those were my movies when I was a kid. So it was really cool to see the cast come together. And he not only has the cast come together, but he has like the directors and the writers and like, it's so cool. It's so cool. So if you like that kind of content, like, oh my gosh, it's so good. It's so good. And they like have them read parts of the script and stuff. And the theme song is so cute. It's very like Saved by the Bell kind of sounding. It's very cute. Let's see. Cosmic Slice says podcast about history, revisionist history, tides of history, and the last archive. Thank you so much for that. Marvelous wants to know how I feel about the J Kissa Elf palette. I did not get this one, but I got the last one that she did, the last collab, and I actually really liked it. I do not like elf eyeshadows. I've not liked a single elf eyeshadow I've ever bought except for the J Kissa one. I don't know what happened, but I didn't buy the new one. I only bought the first one. So, hi, Pauline. Brett Hill says, I saw the Lord of the Rings ones. It was amazing. I haven't watched that one yet, but I want to. I'm not a big Lord of the Rings fan. I don't even think I've watched any of the movies all the way through. I kind of like got a little sleepy in them and didn't watch them. Oh my gosh, the Lord of the Rings stands are coming. If I thought the Holo Taco stands were bad, the Lord of the Rings stands are going to be real bad. I just need to give it more of a chance, I think. I just don't, it's not a review. I'm not reviewing it. I don't think that I gave it enough of a chance. So, all right, more coffee. But yeah, it's a relatively new YouTube channel, the Josh Gad YouTube channel. It's relatively new and it's so good. He has, again, such good energy and it's fun how he's bringing everybody together. You know, I think it was Daryl Hannah and Tom Hanks and he asked Derral, he was like, how long has it been since everybody from Splash has seen each other? And they were like, since the last day we filmed. This is the last day we all saw each other. Like, it's just, it's so cool. It's so neat. It's so neat. And then I forgot to mention, all of the money from the videos goes to charity. It goes to pandemic charities. So it's really, really cool. All right, there's two more learning ones, and then we'll get into the commentary ones because those are the ones I don't know if these people are problematic or not. All right, so this one I know has been getting some attention because I think he showed Jaclyn Hill in one of the videos, but that's not why I started watching it. Let me go ahead and flip over, but it's possible it got recommended to me because people, maybe because it was a video about why I stopped doing fillers or something, and he used a picture of Jaclyn Hill as an example. But that has nothing to do with why I'm recommending it. For some reason, I'm absolutely fascinated by plastic surgery and fillers and all of that. I think this stuff is so interesting. And I just really like his personality. He's got a really good energy. And like, what is this one? The one that, it's this one. The 4 reasons why the forehead is so hard to treat because, I got my forehead wrinkles. I'm not getting any kind of procedures done. I have no plan to. But I thought I wanted to learn about it and I did. And I just really like this guy. I think there's another person from the Victorian Cosmetic Institute that used to film videos on here, but now it's just this doctor here. And forgive me for not remembering his name, but just very, very easy to understand and very knowledgeable. And I really like this one, why lip filler, sorry, my contact lenses are messing up. Why the lip filler standard is too much. So he's better at explaining it than I am. But basically, from what I understand from what he was saying is when people get lip fillers, they say it only lasts X amount of time, not very long. So the lips deflate or whatever, like they go down, so they go back in and they get more. And what he's saying is through x-rays, they're finding out that lip filler actually just goes into your face. It doesn't actually disappear. It just kind of migrates through your face. So that's why sometimes you'll see people getting puffy here. They start losing this part of the lip, like the little, I want to call it the fulcrum, but that's not right. I forget. I'm not very good at anatomy. So like the little part right here, that people start losing that, and they start losing their lip line because it's migrating out to their face. So he talks about like how to avoid that and different things and different techniques to do, and that you really shouldn't be getting, people really shouldn't be getting their lips filled as much as they do. So I just find him absolutely fascinating. Randy says, you might like Lord of the Rings. My boyfriend is watching them with me and said he's surprised by how much he's enjoying them. Guess it took a few decades to grow on him. Yeah, and I think I just need to give it more of a chance is what it comes down to. Carla says, I really like Legal Eagle. You know, I just found Legal Eagle through his recent most popular video, and I can't remember off the top of my head what it was. I didn't subscribe because it takes me a while to subscribe. I don't like to subscribe to channels until I've watched quite a few of their videos and know that this is a channel I want to continue watching. It takes a lot for me to subscribe to a channel. So yeah, but I did really enjoy that video. Cupid's bow. No, it's not the Cupid's bow. It's the, hold on, I'm getting notified. Okay. It's not the Cupid's bow. It's above the Cupid's bow. It's these little guys right here. Philtrum. Thank you, Jess. Philtrum. There you go. This thing right here. These little things. Is it French bow, Michelle? I don't know, Michelle. I think it's Philtrum. The little lines right here. This is the Cupid's bow, but talking about like the little, anyway. Yeah. So he's really, really interesting. Okay, we're going to take a break in a minute. Okay, one more learning one, because this leads us into commentary kinds of style stuff. And that is Psych in Real Life. Oh my gosh, so insightful. So incredibly insightful on the psychology end of things. And she does a lot of commentary kinds of things where she talks about YouTubers and stuff. But she talks about the psychology behind it, and I just find that absolutely fascinating. So that's another really good one. All right, let's go into commentary. All right, let's talk about Abba and Preach. Okay, I found Abba and Preach through Pierre XO that we're going to talk about in a minute. Oh my goodness. Okay, so they know a lot of things that I don't know. And that's why I love Abba and Preach, because like all of these channels, they know a lot about things I know nothing about. So Abba and Preach is no different. And I just love their perspective on things. It's interesting to hear them go back and forth and joke with each other. And it's so interesting. So interesting. And they talk a lot about social topics. And it's very interesting. Very, very interesting. Okay, next one. I'll try to zip through. Well, let's talk about Pierre. So I actually found Pierre through the Why Jeffree Star Gets Away with Everything video. And then my favorite artist is A Terrible Person, but I love them. I just wanted to hear his perspective on those things. And he's, again, knows a lot of stuff that I don't know about. And he has a very interesting perspective. We talked about him a couple of weeks ago. And the Jeffree Star video that he had done. So highly, highly recommend Pierre as well. Okay. Next up, ContraPoints. Also knows a lot about things that I know nothing about. And she makes like epic hour-long movies, basically, on different topics and just very interesting perspectives. I know that there are people that aren't a fan of ContraPoints. I know some people say that she's problematic. I don't know enough about the topics that she talks about to understand why she might be problematic. I don't agree with everything that she says. Sometimes she says something and it kind of makes me go, ooh, a little bit. But there's so much in there that I think is fascinating, that I am absolutely captivated by her videos. And she's funny and she's gorge. So, and then the last one I wanted to talk about before we take a break is another person I've known for a really long time. And that's Miss Kendall Rae. And I should have talked about her earlier because this isn't really commentary, but she does true crime. And I have known Kendall since she was in the beauty space. And she was, chugging along in the beauty space. And then she started doing true crime and she blew up. And she's amazing. And she does a fantastic job researching these cases. And I just appreciate her so much. I appreciate her hustle. She has a podcast with her husband, and she's just, she does what she does, and she does it well. And I just really appreciate that about her. And she has such a heart for helping families to find, like whenever there's an open case, she like tweets about it and tries to help spread the word to try to wrap up unsolved mysteries and things like that. She does a lot of donation kinds of things. She did a collab with candles. Hold on, let me go back to me. She did a collab with Candles by Victoria recently. If you don't know, I have a link down below to my Candles by Victoria collab, but she donated 100% of her proceeds, which I thought was absolutely amazing. So yeah. So those are my channels that I wanted to share with you. Hi, Cassie. Welcome to the Elite. I appreciate you. Yes, everybody's like, love Natalie, love ContraPoints, love Kendall. I mean, they're great channels. Movies Mag, why is ContraPoints problematic? I don't understand it. If you search, you'll have people that will be able to explain it to you in a way that I cannot. But she did a video on canceling where she explains some of it from her perspective. That is definitely worth watching. So yeah, so after this is over, I'll put all the links to all the channels down below. Okay, so let's take a quick break. Everybody roll your shoulders back. Take a minute. Stretch it out. Stretch it out. Oh. And let's talk about what's on my face today. So on my eyes today, what I wanted to do is I'm still working on my Uma Beauty review that I've been working on for a while. But I want to make sure I fully tested everything. I wanted to use this shade. I'm going to butcher this. Bahia, B-A-H-I-A shade, but I needed something in my crease, and I didn't want to use these shades because they're really, really pigmented, and I didn't want it to be that punchy. So I used the Makeup Geek eyeshadows. This was PR. This is purchased. So I used some Makeup Geek eyeshadows to kind of just set up a light base, because one thing I love about the Makeup Geek shadows is that they are buildable, so you can start off light. Yeah, that's what buildable means, Jen, duh. Start off light and work your way up. So I used, let me see if I can get some of these out. This is one thing that I have issues with. I think that I heard a rumor somewhere that she might be looking at making these a little easier to take out. So this is the one I use all the time. This is Latte as Usual. If you're my skin tone, like that one is the jam. I use Latte as Usual, and then I use this one here. This is called Dark Roasted, and I also use a little bit of this one here. This one is called Coffee Before Talkie. Okay, so I use those in my crease, and then I use the one shade all over my lid. Karen wants to know if I'm wearing merch from Bailey Sarian. Yes, I am. This is my Bailey Sarian merch. She did send me one piece of merch, and I don't know if it was this or something else. I can't remember. If you're not watching Bailey Sarian and you like Kendall Rae, highly recommend Bailey. I didn't mention Bailey because I consider her a beauty channel, even though she does a lot of true crime stuff. She does a lot more beauty, so that's why I mentioned her. Okay, so that's what's on my eyes today. And then on my cheeks today, I broke out some oldies but goodies. So this is the original Tarte Clay Play palette. This was purchased, but I think I ended up getting it in PR and giving it away. But this one in particular was purchased. This is in the shade Desert. This is a great contour shade for me. And it got buried in my drawer and I pulled it out. Another thing got buried is this really old Becca blush that I purchased. This one is in the shade Sweet Pea. And it's beautiful. I love this shade. On my lips today, I have a little bit of a mix. I have Cork from Dose of Colors with a little bit of this is purchased. I say this is purchased. This is PR. This is the OFRA Madison Miller Long Lasting Liquid Lipstick. So I put Cork all over my lid. All over my lid, really, Jen? All over my lips. And then in the center, I just popped a little bit of the Madison Miller Oh My Rye Rye just in the middle, just to make it a little more fun. So yeah. So that's what's on my face today. And I figured for the rest of the chat, if you all wanted to, we could just pop topics and talk about whatever you all want to talk about. Because if you're here, then, I'm sure there's things that you want to talk about. So let's talk about it. I'm glad we got that Holo Taco stuff out of the way, though. I'm done with that topic, though. I talked about it for 7 minutes. That's enough. Did I miss a Collective Brain? Cassie, welcome to the Collective Brain Elite. Hopefully I didn't miss anybody else, but there will be a shout out of the new members in a video hopefully next week. Make sure I didn't miss anybody else. I think I got everybody. Okay. And this is my Hi Friends mug. This is my Smoky Glow Hi Friends mug. I buy a stupid amount of merch. I buy a lot of merch. So this was, I don't think this is available anymore. I don't think this is available anymore either. But this is my Hi Friends mug from the Smoky Glow. I love buying YouTuber merch. It's like a thing. Movies Mag says Bailey hasn't posted in a few weeks is very unusual for her. You know, this is the thing. And I think, you know, I haven't talked to Bailey in a while, so I don't know. And people have been asking me, what do I think happened to Tati? And, you know, all of that. This is the thing, is like when you've been doing this stuff for a while, especially like Tati and I have, and like, I don't know if this is the reason, but getting a lot of negativity, like working really hard on something and being really proud of something and then getting a bunch of negativity on it is extremely draining. Like, yes, you know, when you're on the internet, you're going to get negativity. You should expect it, but that doesn't mean that it's not emotionally draining. It is. It's very emotionally draining. So what I think, and if I were Tati, the reason why I would be taking a break, and if I were, well, I don't know about Bailey, but if I were Tati, the reason why I'd be taking a break is because, like, sometimes you just need a mental break from it, from negativity. That's what I would be. As far as Bailey, she's probably just taking a break too. You know, she's got a lot of stuff going on, you know? So sometimes people just need a break. I took a couple weeks off. I don't know, did anybody notice? But I just needed a mental health break. So, you know, it's a luxury of this job that we can just kind of take a break. It's definitely a luxury of the job, but it's definitely necessary. So, Amy says, how did the OFRA shadows wear the other day, Jen? They wore great. I got the new OFRA summer shades. Hold on. I gotta get this one. Okay, so the OFRA summer launches, these were sent in PR. This is what I wore on my eyes for the videos that were posted. Wait, did I post? Let's see. Oh, for What's Up in Makeup. For What's Up in Makeup today. This is what I was wearing on my eyes. So this is their signature palette in Beachside, and I wore all of them except for the pink. And they were great. I am not the biggest fan of OFRA eyeshadows. I feel like it's a weak point in the line. They're just not as intense as some shadows that I enjoy wearing, but they are buildable for the most part, but they only build so far. So if you're looking for something that's like really, really like insane, this is probably not going to be it. But honestly, like, I'm starting to kind of change my mind though, because like this is like really, it's pretty intense. This is like a satin and this is a matte. Oh, I'll even do the pink and just kind of show you what we're dealing with here. Like they're pretty intense. Like they're pretty intense. And then the shade in the middle is just one of their highlighters, but it works great. I used it in my inner corner for What's Been Makeup for today. This is Star Island, which is one of their highlighters. So, I mean, I wasn't sure what I wanted to do with this palette when I first got it. I was like, how the heck am I going to use all those shades? But it ended up working out. I really like the way the look came out. So this is one of them. And then this is the other palette that they just came out with. This one is a little more wearable. This is the signature palette in Getaway. So it's just like kind of peachy beachies kind of going on there. I wish there was a little bit more contrast and depth. Like I wish this was about 4 shades darker. I think that would kind of bring it together for me. Like if there was a little more contrast between these, where a little bit more of a gradient. But I love this one. This shade right here is their shade in Bali, and it's a duochrome, pink and yellow duochrome. It's so pretty. Let me put it here. I don't know if you can see it. But you can see it's not like a wet foiled. It's a little bit more subtle because it's meant as a highlighter. So it's not a super wet eyeshadow foiled, like almost like a Juvia's Place or a Colored Rain or something like that. It's a little bit more calm. So it's all about personal preference. So what I try to do is I try to give you just the information so you can decide whether it's like it fits your personal preference, because everybody likes different things. So. But yeah, they were great through the day. They were still very much on my eyes at the end of the day. I was pleasantly surprised. Very pleasantly surprised. Share Bear, who's been watching Desi Perkins vlogs about the struggles of getting pregnant and actually getting pregnant. OMG, I'm so happy for her, guys. They're going to be such awesome parents. They are. I watched the first one that was like blowing up, and I have to admit, I haven't watched any since then, but I did cry. I have to tell you, I did cry. And it was cool to see like her and her husband behind the scenes kind of thing. I've never met Desi, but I did see her in a Starbucks once. I saw her in a Starbucks. Okay, so I would tell you my Desi and Katie story. Okay, so I went to Ipsy Live. I don't know whether it was Generation Beauty or Ipsy Live. I think it was Generation Beauty then, in Los Angeles. And they had it in this tent, like this big, huge, like party tent. Like part of it was. I think part of it was in the tent and part of it was in the building, but they had this big tent. So it started pouring down rain in Los Angeles, and apparently that like never happens. But apparently it rained just for, when all of us were in town. So it rained so bad that they actually had to evacuate the venue, and people needed a place to go, and there was a Starbucks. So me and Ishani from Total Makeup Junkie 101 ended up going over to Starbucks, and we're sitting there drinking our Starbucks. And she's like, oh my gosh, that's Desi and Katie and their husbands. And I was like, which one's which? Because I didn't watch their channels back then. It was one of those things where when you hear about a channel and you're like, yeah, they're so hyped or whatever. And it's like, I'm not even going to watch. I was just being stupid. So I'd never watched any of their videos, not a single one. I couldn't have picked them out in a crowd. And this was maybe a year or two ago. You would think I would have been able to do that, but she had to explain it to me. She had to show me who they were. It was really sad. It was very sad. So after that, I went home and I watched some of their content. I was like, all right, cool. So yeah, that's my story about seeing Desi and Katie in a Starbucks. Yeah. Okay, Jen says, hi, I'm late today, but non-beauty channels I watch are Try Channel, Try Guys, last week with John Oliver, and many Wheel of Time channels. Dusty Wheel is the best. Thank you so much for the recommendations. I do watch some John Oliver. I find his perspectives also quite fascinating. Try Guys I've watched here and there, but not a lot. Chantel says, didn't Bailey say she's taking one Monday off a month, and then she didn't post this Monday because she said it didn't feel right with everything going on in the US? She said there'll be a video tomorrow. Awesome. Thank you, Chantel. I appreciate the update. You are probably 100% right, and I did not have that information in my brain. Because believe it or not, I don't know everything about everything. It's funny, I'm getting all up in my feelings because... Because it's I feel like because I do a lot of research, people, I think I talked about this a little bit earlier, people expect me to know everything about everything. It's I do not have all the knowledge that is in your brain. Believe it or not, I do not know everything about everything. So if I don't know something about something, you can politely tell me without being mean to me about it. But I would tell you that 95% of my comment section is amazing. But as a human, it's really hard to not block out. It's hard to block out the negative ones, the 5%. But y'all are amazing. I am so thankful and appreciative for this community here. Y'all are just incredible. I love you guys. I love you. I'm giving you the flowers now. I appreciate you. Indigo Blue Beauty, Dr. Todd Grande is cool too. He's a psychologist that breaks down mental types as it pertains to certain pertains to current in the news, folks. Oh, interesting. Have I seen his channel? I think I might know who you're talking about. Let me see. Yes, that guy. I found him, Dr. Todd Grande. I found him through the stuff that was happening with. Let me look. Hold on. I have to figure out where I. Hold on. Oh. Okay. How did I find him? It was a while ago. But yeah, it's very interesting. He talks about murder cases and stuff. Dang, I can't remember how I found him because he puts up a lot of content. Holy moly, he puts up a lot of content. I have no idea. I don't know where I found him. I don't want to waste your time trying to figure it out, but I know who you're talking about, and I have watched some of his content. I'm not subscribed, but I enjoy him. Jeannie says Dr. Todd Grande has a wicked dry sense of humor. He does. He does. It's funny, like the people outside of YouTube, out of beauty YouTube, like YouTube is so huge. You know, there's so many niches and so many like things to explore on YouTube. It's incredible. Oh, Bad Guy says you're incredible, Jen. We love you. I love you back. Thank you. Amber says, yes, Dr. Grande is really smart and interesting, very dry sense of humor. I think I just read that. Yeah, Russ says probably the Trisha Paytas stuff he did. I think it was just before that. But I did watch the stuff with Disassociate did. I did watch his breakdown of that, but I think I had found him just before that. I did watch it, though. I did watch the Trisha Paytas stuff, though. I'm not going to try to pronounce that. AFJGDLSDKL:A. Abba and Preach, they do a lot of commentary on a range of different topics in the video. They do. And like, what's interesting is there's just something special about having two people on the screen, two people talking, that how they bounce off of each other. So like Abba will say something and Preach will be like, whatever, like blah, 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 blah. And then Abba will say something back and then they'll just both start laughing. Like their dynamic together is really what adds to the videos. Like just the way that they bounce off each other. I don't think it would be the same channel if it was just Abba or just Preach. I think it's the two of them together and how they like banter back and forth, and the zooms that they do, like they'll zoom in on Preach's face and he'll be like, and they're so good. They're so good. It's very interesting. Oh, yes. Crystal says, I love watching anti-MLM videos because they objectively look at how awful those companies are. Madison Harnish and Illuminati are my favorites. I fell down an anti-MLM rabbit hole, I guess. It was a while back. I want to say it was like Thanksgiving time of last year. And I was watching so many of those videos because it's just so horrible. Like the experiences people were having with LuLaRoe specifically. Like I was watching so many LuLaRoe videos and I never bought LuLaRoe. I never bought a single thing. I did have a teacher friend of mine that we actually left teaching the same year. And I did YouTube full time and she did LuLaRoe. And we got together like the Christmas after we both quit. And she was trying to sell me leggings with like lipstick on them. Like they were like black leggings and they had little lipsticks on them, I think. And I was like I wanted to support her and her journey. But at the same time, I knew there was no way on this earth I was ever going to wear black leggings with lipsticks on them. Like, yes, I like lipsticks, but not on my legs. So yeah, I haven't talked to her in a long time, so I don't know if she still works with them or not. But I know how expensive it was for her to buy in. Like it's crazy how much people buy in for that. Tracy says, yes, Jen, you deserve more credit. You have such unique content. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm not perfect, but I try my best. I do. I really try my best. And I'm really hard on myself when I make a mistake, like really hard on myself because like I'm one of those people that if I can't do something well, I don't want to do it at all. So like the amount of times I've wanted to quit because I made a mistake are numerous. I mean, I might just start adding a disclaimer at the beginning of my videos is like, I just want to let you know I'm not perfect. And if there's anything that I made a mistake on, please let me know in a nice way. And I will add it to a pinned post at the top of the comment section so you can read and clarify anything like that I might have made a mistake on because I'm not perfect. And I don't have a bank of knowledge about everything. I just don't. I try really hard though, but I'm not perfect. Oh, Nikki says, you know what channel is the Jen Loves Reviews? Got to check it out. Great content. Super smart. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. That's so nice of you. Yes, Courtney says Jenna Marbles and Joe Rogan. Oh, 100%. I've been subscribed to Jenna Marbles since I probably started this YouTube channel. I can't say I watch a ton of her content, but when I do, I never regret it. My favorite video of hers in recent years was the one that she did with the green screen where she painted herself in green paint and like had the green screen on and put her in different situations where she was like, that one was really good. she's got such a good energy. Like I was saying, I think that a lot of times when we're drawn to YouTube channels, it's because of the person's energy. Like it's them. Like the content they create is secondary. Like, of course, it has to kind of be interesting. But if you don't like who they are as a person, then there's something wrong there, you know? Like, there's only one channel, and I'm not going to blow up their spot. There's one channel, ASMR channel, that I love, but I do not like the person as a person. The person has shown themselves to not be a good person, like at all, but I love their voice. So I still listen to select videos of theirs, but I can tell that they are probably not someone I would be friends with in real life. But I really love their voice, so I listen anyway. But that's the only person. That's it. Yeah, Karen says Joe Rogan, not a fan. I think Joe Rogan is one of those people like that you either really like or you really don't. I find Joe Rogan to be very interesting. Do I agree with everything that Joe Rogan says? Absolutely not. But I think it's interesting to listen to people that you don't necessarily agree with all of the time, because then you get a different perspective. So that's why I like to listen to Joe Rogan, because he interviews all kinds of people, like really interesting people that I never would have looked up or Googled. And then I learn a lot. It's very interesting. So even though I don't agree with everything Joe Rogan says by far, I find his content very interesting. Helpful and Happy says, Jen, how's the family and the puppies? Everybody's pretty good. My husband is opening up his studio next week, this coming week. Really excited for that. Takes a lot of pressure off. I was kind of freaking out for a bit, but now we're good. We did get some of, if you weren't here when we talked about it, we did get some of the government loans, which definitely took some pressure off. So that was amazing. I don't have a lot of compliments for our government as of late, but that's one that I can say I'm thankful for the government loans. So just to keep us like, you know, knowing that we're not going to lose our house like that's a nice feeling to know that we're not going to lose our house. So, I mean, we have to pay them back. The one we have to pay back and the other one's weird. The PPP loan, I know this might be kind of boring for some people, but the PPP small business loan, they keep changing it. So we're not really sure what's going to happen with that one, but the other one we do have to pay back. So it's like having a credit card kind of thing. We're trying not to spend it. So, but yeah, things are good. The family's good. Kids are wrapping up school. They're still in school. They have one more week of school, which is crazy to me. Like end of June, they're still in school. But I mean, they got to do what they got to do. I think next week's going to be more of a relaxing week. So we're finishing up the whole homeschooling thing. So that's going to be a nice weight off to not have to worry as much about that and spend the time where I can focus more on YouTube stuff. But yeah, we're doing good. Puppies are good. My 2 dogs are good. My cat is good. Life is good. Can't complain. Yeah. Tracy says, oh, glad he's reopening. Me too. Yes. Thank goodness. Oh my goodness. Jessica says, Jen, it's 11. I have to go. Love you, girl. Keep it up. Oh, I did not realize I was 2 minutes over. This went by really, really fast. Thank you so much for being here in live chat. I appreciate you so much. And thank you, Jessica, for the reminder. I believe Jessica has a YouTube channel, Jessica Ursin, Ersin. Go check her out if you like. Yeah, so thank you for being here. I hope that you enjoyed chat today. If I didn't read your comment and if you have a channel to share, this video should be rendered and up on YouTube within the next 15 minutes or so. You can feel free to come back. Leave that channel down in the comments so that we can all learn from you. It's much appreciated. I appreciate that you all know things that I don't. I appreciate learning from you, and I thank you for the things that you teach me. Every time that I upload something, I learn something from our community, and that's why I feel like that you all are the best community on the entirety of the internet, because you help me and you bring me to new awarenesses and you give me new knowledge that I can take with me and spread the knowledge to other people. But I just appreciate y'all so much. Thank you so much for being here. Mad love to you, and I will see you in chat next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. See you then. Mad love. Have a great week. Bye.